Good morning, Greg. I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thank you so much for your patience for this video. I actually had a death in our family, and so I was doing a lot of family things, and so I'm playing catch up. So you were on my list. You were always a priority. So thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. I hope that business is going great. I see you posting your beautiful projects. So you do quality work, it seems like, and so I would be honored to help you kind of with your digital marketing. So as promised, here's your video. So normally what I do is that I compare your website to your number one competitor's website and see how they're number one on Google. But since you don't have a website, I'll just kind of go over basic things. And so you can understand what goes into all of it, okay? So I just Googled kitchen remodeling Washington, D.C. as an example. I know that you wanted Prince George's County and D.C. So we rank sites by the city, so not by the county. So just an FYI for you, but I'll just go through a couple of things, okay? So the first thing is that kitchen remodeling Washington, D.C., okay, this is considered a keyword, right? A buyer intent keyword. So when people type this into Google, they're actively looking for someone to rebuild or remodel their kitchen now or in the near future. So that's what a keyword is. So the first thing you see are ads. Google ads can give you a really good ROI if they're done correctly, and we can launch an ad for you in about 3 weeks. So that's a quick way to get business, but it's not sustainable. Running Google ads every single month for years is quite expensive, and once you stop running ads, obviously that's when business stops, right? So there's a lot of tools in our tool belt, and we always tell business owners to never just limit yourself to one thing. But if it is that one thing, it should be SEO and ranking your website to number one, because that gives you leads consistently every single month. So even if we do stop SEO, which is search engine optimization, for a couple of months, you'll still see the fruits of your labor or your investment. So unlike ads, it's something that will produce results after you stop. But there is a point, though, since this area is so competitive, that's something you can stop for a little bit, but it's good to keep consistent, or at least maintain your placement on at the number one spot. So ads are a good way. It's a good tool for quick leads. Number two, how to get into this Google Map Pack. So according to just Google tracking, you get 25% more traffic if you're in this area at the very least. It could be more in some industries. So how to get into this area, right? So the first thing, the number one way to get into this section is citations. Citations are just your business name, address, and phone number in online directories such as Yelp, such as Facebook. There's niche specific directories. There's the BB&B, but you have to be accredited, correct? So there's a lot of directories out there. So you just have to have more citations than your competitors. So that's the number one way to get in there. But now Google has made Google reviews very important. So they were waiting that more this year. Google updates like every 6 months, so we have to stay on top of that. So staying on top of your Google reviews every single month, so at least getting 1 or 2 every single month will also help. And then the number 3 thing is actually posting in your Google My Business page. And so you should do that at least once a week. So, and also if your website is optimized, meaning you're using the same keywords, you're using those keywords in your Google My Business page, all of that works as a package, and Google recognizes that, and so it'll give you a boost if your website is doing the correct things and is optimized correctly. Just think of it as you're dating Google, and Google needs to see consistent work each month to build to trust you and think you're credible and think that you are knowledgeable in your field. So just kind of think of it as that. It's a good analogy, right? Because when you date someone, you got to put in the work, you got to be consistent, you got to be reliable, you want to build support and trust. So it kind of works out. People understand that a lot more. So when you scroll down, this is what we call the organic section. So what naturally comes up into Google? People trust organic results. So, you know, some people even have ad blockers, so they won't even see ads. Some people don't trust ads because they know it's paid advertisement. But if people are ranking in this section, like usually the top 3 or 4 spots are ideal. I mean, being on the first page is 100% necessary. You know, 85% of people don't even go to the second page, right? So, but ideally the first 3 spots. So your competition for kitchen remodeling Washington, D.C. is Four Brothers D.C. And their back page is ranking. So I'll show you their back end of their website so you understand why they're doing so well. So this is what we do to analyze each website's analytics. So if you really want to rank on Google and you want to increase the power and trust of your website, it's going to be this section right here. So just think of a referring domain as a high power, high credible website linking back to your website through a backlink. So it's telling Google, hey, thumbs up, or hey, Google, I'm voting for them. Hey, Google, they're credible. Four Brothers DC is credible for kitchen remodeling. So like I said, you know, it's like you're dating Google and you got to build that trust. And to build trust and power, you got to do it through backlinks and referring domains. So not all backlinks are created equal, so you don't want any spammy ones. You only want business relevant ones. So these numbers are actually really important. The UR rating and the DR rating. UR rating is the amount of trust and the DR is the amount of power. So you want this to be as close to a 1-to-1 ratio as possible. That's what we call the golden ratio, but you know, these numbers are good. You just don't want something like 13 and 0.2, which I've seen before. And they have thousands of backlinks, but they don't have any power to them. So there's a lot of just factors and a lot of things to consider. So business owners end up buying all these backlinks and they're like, well, I bought them and my website's still on the 3rd or 4th, 5th page. And it's because they bought basically crap, right? So essentially I go into this section, I know exactly what backlinks they're utilizing. We apply those same backlinks or the most powerful ones each month. So and we do the same thing with referring domains. Now we can't, everything that you do through Google has to be organic. They know exactly what you're trying to do because everybody wants to rank on Google. So the first month, you know, we put 5 to 20. The next month, you know, 30 to 40, and we increase from there. So everything has to be done naturally, right? So Google doesn't flag your website and bring it and hold your website down because you broke the rules. So they have 1,800 keywords. That's driving 921 people to their website a month. So they're doing a lot of, converting that into paying clients. Usually the conversion rate is 5 to 10%. So they're having a lot of business, and that's each month. So it's consistent. So they have, like I said, 1,800 keywords. So here we go. So kitchen remodeling, Washington, D.C. 200 people search that a month. A month in Google, that's a lot. And they're number 1 on Google. DC bathroom remodel, 250 people search that a month. They're number 4. Kitchen remodeling DC, 60 people search that a month. They're number 1. Home renovations DC, 50 people search that a month. They're number 1. Bathroom remodeling Washington DC, 150 people search that a month. They're number 4. So you get the point. I won't go through every single keyword, but these are all the keywords you have to include into your website just to bring in that traffic. So, you know, like I said, we rank websites per city. So these are just the DC keywords. So if you want to rank for Bowie, you want to rank for Upper Marlboro, those are all separate competitors and separate keywords. So we can actually bring up their website so you can kind of see what you're dealing with. So this is their website. It's very clean and modern. I suggest that that's typically what the look is, right? Everybody wants a nice design for their kitchen, so your website kind of needs to be on par with that. And typically, the more words or more valuable content you have on your website, the higher Google ranks your website. So typically you want to see 1,500 words at least that include those keywords. You even have to include naming your photos correctly. And then we can see if they did that. So let's see if, so FB services, kitchens main. So actually they didn't name their keyword, their photos as keywords. Like this should be, kitchen remodeling Washington DC, or DC kitchen remodeling, right? So they actually didn't do that, which is fine. I mean, some websites actually kind of miss basic things. So we can see on their homepage. Let's see. Yeah, that's a nice picture. See, it's very clean and easy to read and chic. So and their homepage is designed not with a lot of content. So that's purposely done. They just want to showcase their work, which is fine. But we can see Four Brothers Design and Build. Washington, D.C. Yeah, here we go. So they did Washington, D.C. home remodeling. So they did it correctly here. So yeah, they know what they're doing. They hired someone that knows what they're doing. So naming those photos really gives you a boost as well. So I hope this gives you a lot of value. If you would like to start the process, I would love to make a marketing plan with you and get things going. It does take time. These things are, it does take time. So if you're getting geared up and ready to launch a website for next year, it's definitely best to start it now. And yeah, I'm here whenever you would like to speak. And I would love to know your feedback. Let me know if this video was valuable to you. I always like to overexceed expectations, and most clients do say that this video, like, they learned so much from it. So if you want me to expand on anything else, just let me know. I don't mind making you a second video. And I hope to hear from you soon. And I'll follow up with you this week and see how you're doing, and just seeing if you have any questions, okay? I hope you have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.